Whew. Hi guys. I'm back. Let me get you caught up. So basically, lots happened since the last time I recorded anything. I guess the first thing I want to talk about is I got a vasectomy. Um, my wife and I were kind of hemming and hawing about it for a while, and we decided that let's just go ahead and get it going, get it done. It wasn't an easy decision. It took us a while. But like I kind of see it as like a rite of passage into older adulthood. Now my wife and I can just enjoy each other. You know, we we don't have to worry about getting pregnant again or anything like that, and we're very very happy with our son. Um, he's a happy, healthy young boy, very active. He's going to be a great human being. But that's part of the reason why I think that's one of the reasons why I think we're done. Is that I feel like we nailed it. But also, I mean, with all the health issues that she had, and that he had, I think it's probably, we're just getting older, and it's getting tougher to kind of manage our stress levels and our energy levels with the one child we do have, and give him the attention that he needs. We've just decided that we're good. We're a happy family, a happy little family. The surgery itself was pretty quick. I was in and out of there in less than an hour. The actual surgery probably took like 10 minutes. The doc was like a military doctor. He was pretty quick and efficient, and I mean, we kind of talk like this, and then or flip this and fold this, and we're okay, we're good. Like, all right, man, cool. I would say that if you're thinking about getting it done, it's a great decision. It's certainly easier for us guys to get a vasectomy than it is for women to, I think, hysterectomy. I forget what it's called. Sorry, but it's easier and it's safer. But yeah, if you're thinking about getting it done, I mean, it's about 2 weeks of discomfort. And honestly, the surgery itself, I feel like that healed quicker. The biggest problem I had was you have to shave everything before you go and get it done. The regrowth, man, it's like a cactus down there. It's not great. It's not something I'm used to. So I don't know if you guys out there are used to trimming. Maybe it'll be easier for you. But anyway, after a couple weeks, I felt pretty normal. I didn't run much at all. Obviously, I was not supposed to for a couple weeks, but then like my motivation just kind of tanked between the weather and everything like that. That's kind of going on right now. But shortly thereafter, Halloween happened. Halloween is awesome. I love Halloween, the decorations, the candy, the weather. And my kiddo is so jazzed about Halloween, and it makes me happy. His costume this year he was the Target dog. Spot, I think, is the dog's name. I don't know. He was the dog from the Target mascot, I guess. But he had a blast trick-or-treating. He ran to every single house, full speed. He had a really good time. We went to my mother-in-law's neighborhood just because it's a smaller neighborhood and it's a little bit more kid-friendly. But yeah, he ran every house. He was so excited. Forgot to say certain things like trick or treat, just held the bag open. I mean, he's 4. But man, it was a lot of fun. He ran and ran and ran until he didn't. He's like, okay, I want to go back to Nana's house. I'm done. All right, buddy. And how? It was cold and windy, so my wife and I were happy to oblige. Now, in terms of running, like I said, I didn't really run much at all, but I'm getting back into it. It's still warm enough where I can run outside. We're starting to get into those burr months, but 40s and 50s, it's still good. I just got to wear the right kind of layers and everything like that, and, just so that I don't get too cold while I'm out there running. But yeah. The surgery kind of dampened my motivation, but I'm picking back up. And I guess not really an announcement, but like I'm gonna train for a marathon next year, maybe 2. We'll see how it goes, how my body reacts to the first one, and see how much recovery time I need, and if there's enough time to train for the second one. But maybe I can do like a spring, fall, so, and try to keep them both local. But yeah, treadmill running is going to become a thing here pretty soon. I love and hate the treadmill. I hate the treadmill because I have a pretty long gait, and there's not many treadmills that can do my full gait if I'm going to go all out. But my training sessions are fine on it. I feel a little bit like a hamster on a wheel, but it's fine. I will say I do like the analytics of it. I like being able to control my speed, the incline, and everything like that on the fly. I can even have like certain programs where like it will automatically do the things for me, which is kind of nice. I did get some new running shoes finally. Yes. Sorry, I waited too long to get new running shoes. I put a lot of miles on the running shoes that I had previously. I'm going to talk about a few products here and there, and nobody's sponsoring me. Obviously, I'm a tiny YouTube channel. They don't even know I exist. But none of them are a sponsor. Not that that really matters. But yeah, my previous shoes were Altra running shoes, which had a zero drop. They had some cushioning, but they were a zero drop. And I come from doing barefoot running. Not literally barefoot where I've got nothing on my feet, but like the zero cushion, zero drop shoes where it's just a slab of rubber and, you know, an upper on the shoe with some laces. That's about it. That's what I'm used to doing. I'm going to switch hands. My arm's getting tired. But yeah, so I'm used to barefoot running shoes. But, you know, as I've gotten older and my feet are getting older, I needed some cushions. So I moved up to the Ultras. My barefoot shoes, I did anywhere from like Vibrams to the Morel Vapor Glove. I did the New Balance Minimus, the 5-finger Vibrams. But yeah, and then I went to the Ultras, the Escalantes, just because I wanted some cushion. And then I also had the Riveras by Ultra. So a little bit more room for my feet to kind of splay out. And a little bit of a stack height, but nothing too much, and then zero drop from heel to toe. But my brand new shoes I got are, I mean, they're popular in the running community, but I don't know if regular people know what they are. The Asics Nova Blast 4s. They have a pretty big stack height, a lot more cushion than I'm used to, especially in the heel. There's a heel to toe drop. I think it's either 4 or 8 millimeters, so it's pretty decent travel. And I am a foot striker, and I was concerned that the heel was going to be an issue. I was going to feel like I'm wearing wedges or something goofy like that, but it really isn't that big of a deal. Perfectly acceptable, super cushy, and they've got a good roll from heel to toe, so it's easy for me to kind of get the travel that I need without having to worry about my heel getting in the way. Yeah, and my nutrition was all jacked up for a while there because I did have vacation, actually. Yay! I actually got a vacation. Normally, a little bit of history. My son has a periodic fever syndrome. It's an autoimmune sort of thing that he will eventually grow out of. Hopefully sooner than later. But this year I didn't have to take off as much time, so I actually had some time for myself, and it's still a little bit extra. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I don't have to use it and I can just carry it over to next year. Woo! And then I'll have some extra. Won't that be nice? But I did take some vacation. I didn't do much of anything on my vacation, to be honest. Sorry if I keep changing positions. Like I can't hold my arms in one spot for the same amount of time. Probably should have used a tripod, but I don't know. I was feeling this, you know, holding the phone in front of my face kind of thing. So, but anyway, put some comments down. Give me some advice, or if you think it looks silly or whatever, let me know. But yeah, my vacation was nice. I didn't do much. Vacation kind of was like 2 days of like acceptance. Like, hey, I've got vacation. I actually have some time off. It took me like 2 days to kind of get into vacation mode. And then I just relaxed. I did a lot of nothing. I did some chores around the house, some vacuuming, you know, the normal stuff. Lots and lots of laundry every day. Did some dishes, a little bit of grocery shopping, and then I played some video games, which was nice. I played, what was it? Assassin's Creed Mirage, which is pretty good. I dig the story. It's sort of like a precursor to, or kind of like a prequel or an origin story of a character from another Assassin's Creed game. If you know, you know. And it was okay. It was pretty good. A little bit of a shorter game, but it was also a little bit cheaper. So I beat that. That was fun. And then I beat the expansion to Horizon Forbidden West, the Burning Shores. Dude, it's so good. Even for an expansion, obviously not a ton of content because it's just an expansion, but I really dug it. Horizon, man, they can do no wrong. If they keep making games, I am A-okay with it. The story seems to kind of be coming to a crescendo. So obviously the next game is probably going to finish everything up. But man, if they kept making games, they're crushing it. Anyway, so I beat that expansion and that was good. That felt good. I felt like I accomplished something other than not doing anything. And then the last few days of my vacation were me just kind of getting myself mentally ready to go back to work, which is a shame. It was kind of like a hyperbaric chamber, you know, just trying to get my mind right, you know, taking a break after, 3 years of not really having a vacation to myself, just kind of getting out of my own way, compartmentalizing my life, and just getting ready to get back to the grind, you know. And work is work, man. It stinks, but the benefits are so good, and the pay is meh. I'm sure I could find something better, but the benefits are so good because it's a Fortune 500 company, and I can't pass that up, especially with stuff with the kiddo. You know, I just got to have that good insurance, you know. But I don't know. Customers coming in seem a lot more agitated than usual, and that's probably given the climate, not the weather, but the political climate. We had an election not too long ago, the day before my birthday. Ooh. I don't know, man. If your team won, cool. Good for you. Don't be sore winners. If your team lost, I'm sorry. It sucks. You'll get over it. You'll get through it. Everything's going to be okay. And for those of you that felt like the election was like watching a Super Bowl and your team wasn't there, the team didn't even make it to the playoffs, that sucks too. And it's tough not to know who to vote for. It's tough. You got to do what's best for you and your family. Stick to your guns, you know. Just be sure in your decision. Do your research, ask lots of questions, and then vote, you know. And again, if you didn't vote, I get it. I totally get it. But anyway, I'm going to move on from this. It's a stressful situation, and I don't need to dwell on it. But other than that, it's Techtober and Techtember, so all the cool stuff is being released. I don't know why they do it in the fall, but probably because it's right before Christmas, if I had to guess. But dude, some good tech this year, some really good tech. I'm going to talk about Apple, I'm going to talk about PlayStation, and I'm going to talk about Insta360 actually. So Apple released a Mac Mini. Again, nobody's a sponsor. I'm just talking about the things that I like and that I check out. I don't necessarily buy any of these things, but I'm like interested in them. So there's that. I'm gonna switch hands again. There we go. Ooh, that's a more dramatic look. Anyway, but yeah, so Apple had this Mac Mini, and in terms of the small computer space, they are dominating. They released this tiny 5x5x2 device with a bunch of USB-C ports, Thunderbolt 5 ports, which like there's not much, compatible with Thunderbolt 5 yet, but cool little workstation. PlayStation released their PlayStation 5 Pro. There's a little bit of, it's kind of a heated topic because some people are a little frustrated with the price. But I mean, There's nobody to really blame, but like, I guess you can blame Xbox because they just haven't been doing really well, or you can blame us. I don't know, because we're still gonna spend the money. Um, but yeah, it's a $700 device, man. I mean, the console, $700 is a lot. $700 kind of gets you to dip your toe into the PC world. So like maybe you do that if you don't want to buy a $700 console. And honestly, all things considered, it's a 30% bump in a lot of their specs. I mean, obviously it's a little bit more fine-tuned than that, but that's a general spec bump. Because people were complaining you could either do frame rate or you could do graphics, and now you can kind of do both with this. But to be honest, there's not many developers out there that are making content that's gonna work on this thing. So I don't know. It's cool looking. It's not much smaller than the current beast of a PlayStation 5. So if you're looking for a smaller console, get the regular PlayStation 5, and you're still gonna have a good time. Also, like with the PlayStation 5, you kind of need like an awesome TV, and like I don't know, man. If you don't, then don't buy the PlayStation 5 Pro, I guess. Save yourself a couple $100 and get the regular PlayStation 5. It's still an amazing console. And also the Insta360. They came out with this, the Ace Pro 2 is what it's called. That's a little action cam. I've been thinking about getting one. Obviously, I have to get the appropriate clearance from the wife, which is never gonna happen. Anyway, we broke. But yeah, it's the Ace Pro 2 action cam. They did some really cool stuff with like the color temperature and the quality of the video. Obviously, it's a really decent action cam. But one of the things that's appealing to me is the back screen flips up to face forward, and that's really cool. I mean, the problem that I have with using my phone is I either have to hold it, put it on a tripod, and then what kind of angle am I putting at? And if I use the main cameras, which I'm not doing currently, it's probably obvious at this point. If I use the main cams, I can't see myself unless I look at my watch, and it's like an awkward combination. And the flip-up screen on the Ace Pro 2 seems kind of cool. But yeah, I've been researching a lot of the action cams lately. Other than that, I think that's about it, guys. Like I said, I plan on training for a marathon or two next year, and I'm just trying to, cope, man. There's a lot going on in the world. A lot of people are hurt. I don't know, stick to sports, start running, play some video games, and if you're feeling froggy, smoke some weed. I mean, if you live in a legal state, that is. Anyway, thanks for listening to me to gab on. I might do this weekly now. I might just give like weekly updates and let you guys know where I'm at. But yeah, I appreciate you listening, and I can't wait to see you again.